please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel.
What was the conclusion with the whole Diyala stuff? Was that enemy fire? Is that what it ended up being?
Everything that I've read says that it was Iraqi artillery. Even if you look at the book, I think it's Callsign Chaos, Mattis says it's Iraqi artillery. I will say that I am still skeptical because as soon as that track got hit, I don't think we received any more artillery after that.
No, we did, because it was after that so I had called in the KIAs and the wounded, right? And as soon as I got off the radio, like I just barely unkeyed it, and they came back, they said, Roger. And then freaking Hitman came over the radio and it was, Casanova, I'm hit. I don't know if you remember that. Right? Corporal.
Yeah.
And that you left that out of that story of yours there, Casey.
That was after.
About the shit that almost ended my life, because that was that same incident, wasn't it?
No, yours. I think yours was right before that, because G actually got hit in the same barrage that we lost Medellin and Viles in.
Okay, I thought that was the same.
Different because those
the same barrage. Because I remember the one thing I remembered about that was, you know, we were catching the short rounds, right? And I remember that, you know, some of the rounds you could hear them go over your head, right? But that one, I didn't hear anything go over my head. It was just 1 minute I'm here, next minute I'm like, the fuck just happened, you know?
Oh, yours was, it wasn't the same one as G and Medellin's.
That wasn't the same one?
I don't believe so, no, because I was up on I was on the back of the vehicle covering you. That was, I can't remember if that was the first, that might have been the first day.
I swear it was the same one, because I remember I was walking back up to the track and my crew chief had the hatch open. He's like, I was just kind of standing there. He's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? He's like, get in here. I'm like, oh yeah, get inside the track. And I remember we got in there and we were sitting there, and then it came over the comm that that track got hit.
No, so what I remember, I'm not saying you're wrong or anything. What I remember of the incident, unless my mind's like blending things together, which is possible, is for was that I was up in the turret or up in the driver's station or the TC, one of the two. I might have been the TC directing fire for the turret, because was firing across the river. And, you know, we had those rounds that were coming in and kind of blowing up around us and stuff. And my comm helmet actually got unplugged. And so I bent down into the vehicle to reconnect it. And that's when those rounds hit. And I popped back up after reconnecting the yo-yo cord on the helmet, and went to go direct fire for Hitman. And I looked over and he wasn't there in the turret. So I was like, okay, maybe he popped down to reload or something. And so then I heard, you know, 201, this is 202, I'm hit.
Well, I remember him saying,
like, oh God. So
I remember him saying, Casanova, I'm hit.
Or maybe it was Casanova.
That's how I remembered it.
Yeah. One of those two, I'm hit, you know, just totally like, oh my God. So I'm like thinking like this dude's guts just splattered in the inside of this turret. So I jump up and I go running across the top of the track, you know, while this artillery's still following. And I look down in the thing and he's in a ball, literally on the bottom of the turret case, is in a ball. You know, I'm just like, oh, great, gut wound. So I go and I grab him, right? I'm trying to pull him up and I can't pull him up. He's just, you know, just too heavy to try and, you know, leverage like up to me on top of the turret. And next thing I know, Casanova's standing next to me, you know, and he's like, you know, we both reach in and we finally get, you know, Hitman up to the top of the vehicle. And so we carry him over to the cargo hatches, which were open. And we went to lower him and we both dropped him. He just like, boom, it's the deck of the vehicle. You know, we just like literally just dropped him straight onto his back, you know, right through those cargo hatches. And anyway, so Corman comes over, you know, and like looks, and it's just like a little scratch on him. And
like on his arm.
Yeah, it was like on his shoulder blade, like literally it was just like a little scratch. And that that shrapnel didn't even go into him, man. It was like,
I remember,
you know,
I remember
he
after
found
the
it.
firefight. After the firefight, he came over to where we were, like right next to Medellin's vehicle,
Yeah.
and we're all standing around smoking, and he's got this bandage on his arm, and he like pulls his camis back. We're like, oh, let us see it, and he peels back the bandage, and we're expecting like some big nasty wound. There's like a little poke hole with a couple of burns next to it. I'm like, really, dude? Like,
Yeah.
that was what all the drama was about.
Do you ever get a Purple Heart?
No, hell no.
Well, so how I remember was when we got back, we had a formation. It was a company formation, and they called him out for his Purple Heart. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they called him out for his Purple Heart, but he refused to come out of the formation to go accept it because he was embarrassed.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I remember. Yeah, I remember something about a Purple Heart, and everybody's like, "Shut the
We're in
fuck
front
up."
of the maintenance bay. It was a formation in front of the maintenance bay.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if he ever did. Maybe he did get a Purple Heart for that.
I thought you only got a Purple Heart if you did like hospital time or some kind of surgery or something.
No, you just had to be wounded.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, I don't think I wouldn't have come out of that formation.
hell no.
Like we had people die in that barrage. I got a scratch. What's this fucking Purple Heart for?
Yeah, he got a little scratch in the back of his arm, man. It acted like he just like lost his whole arm, you know.
Wow.
And even Casanova, man, Casanova was like, "Let me see it," you know. And so he goes and like kind of pulls his cami top down and stuff. And Casanova's like, "That's it. It's not even bleeding, you little," you know. And he's just like, "Oh,
No, I mean,
it
you know,
it burns so bad." You
There's
know,
a lot.
like,
There's a lot of nerves back there. Maybe it just hit a nerve. You know?
yeah, I guess, man.
Maybe if
not
it
for him to
was.
not for him to be curled up like a fetus at the bottom of the turret cage, dude.
Yeah, no
It
shit.
looked like he got stabbed with a pencil. And then, like a couple little burns around it. Like, really, bro?
Yeah, and like I said, that little piece of shrapnel didn't even stick, like go into his arm. It just like hit him and like dropped, I guess. I don't know. But
Gee.
No, there was a little bit of blood there. So, I mean, it went in, just not very far.
well, I mean, like it didn't like stick in him, you know. It wasn't like they had to dig it out or nothing. But
Oh, and,
so the
and for the
foreman,
record, for the record, that incident, the reason I didn't have anything on under my flak jacket was because we had the cursed vehicle that something that we had just had bad relay after bad relay. And so we took the searchlight and we had to wire a starter switch that we drilled into the turret and put the searchlight switch in the turret so we could turn the vehicle on.
You know?
And so what I'd have to do with if nobody else is on the vehicle, I had to go start it. So I had to turn the fuel on, then run around to the turret and then hit the starter switch. And I tripped on something and ended up, and I went to hit the starter switch and it had hydrostatic lock. So I was in the back of the vehicle for 30 minutes turning that crank, trying to get all the fuel out. And I'd taken everything off, my flak jacket on, and I think Hydro had come up to the back of the vehicle at some point, and he saw me. He's like, "Hey, Jack, put your goddamn camis back on." And he shut the door, but I was just like, "I'm hot, man."
Do you know why I'm alive today? Because your vehicle was a piece of
Why is that?
Seriously. Because I was going to go tow, or I was going to go tow your vehicle out of the Palm Grove.
Oh,
Right? Like, I was standing at the back of Medellin's vehicle talking to him. And I was, me, him, and Avila, as we were making fun of my crewman, because he was calling on the radio over to your vehicle back and forth. And we were making fun of him because he sucked on the radio. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go tow your crew chief out of this Palm Grove. And I ran back to my vehicle, and it wasn't 15 seconds after that his vehicle got hit.
yeah.
And
That's right, because at that point, yeah, we would we could turn it on and it would run, but we couldn't go anywhere because you put the vehicle in gear, and the only thing that would happen was the plenums would close. And then you put it in neutral and the plenums would go back open, but it wasn't actually controlling the transmission anymore.
yeah, I thought it was something with your reverse solenoid, but
Yeah, that thing
I
was a
don't
piece
know.
of crap.
But yeah, that's the only reason I'm still alive today.
And then we ended up having to go on Medellin's vehicle and pull parts, and try and make our vehicle work, but it never came back. We ended up getting a new rammer. And I don't remember who it was, but somebody from H&S drove that rammer up to us, and then they were talking about how, oh yeah, we lit up some cars and stuff back there. We were dropping Mark 19 on them, and we're like, oh, but then we get up in there and they take off, and we're going through the vehicle, and they had the freaking, I remember what they did. They had the Mark 19 was loaded wrong, and we're like, no way they were shooting anybody with this thing. I think the rounds were like backwards or something like that. I'm not exaggerating. Like they were backwards or something. I don't remember what the deal was, but we're just like, bunch of
Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories.